Yes, people, how's it going? Welcome back to Lily White Lane. Hope you're having a good or as good as you possibly can Monday after another Spurs defeat. Look, it's bloody frustrating, and the reason it's so frustrating is because it was easily preventable, and that defeat doesn't happen if we don't make two stupid errors. If Hugo Lloris doesn't make two stupid errors. I understand he wasn't the only bad performer yesterday in the team. Eric Dyer, Clement Longley, they were dreadful. But they didn't cost us any goals. Hugo Lloris cost us the 2 goals which went on to lose us that game yesterday. And look, we need to talk about Hugo Lloris. There's no doubt about it. The fan base, or I for sure love Hugo Lloris. I think he's been fantastic. I think he's been a consistent performer since he joined us 10 years ago. And look, I would class him as a club legend. I think we were lucky to have one of the best goalkeepers in the world at a certain time. I think he won the World Cup in 2018, as I say. We've had some great moments with Hugo Lloris, and where he's put in some top performances over the years in some huge games. That Champions League season where we got to the final, some of his saves in that Dortmund game and the quarter-final against City, that first quarter-final, and the penalty save. And the penalty save in the North London derby where if Aubameyang scores, they beat us at Wembley. So look, we've had some great moments with Hugo Lloris in between our sticks in goal. But with the modern game changing, with distribution becoming more of a factor in the Premier League, especially with being a sweeper keeper becoming more of a prominent effect of being a goalkeeper in the Premier League, you've got to ask yourself, is Hugo Lloris still good enough to be at a top club in the Premier League? There's no doubt about it for me that this guy's one of the best shot stoppers in the world. Definitely one of the best shot stoppers in the world. But distribution is a key factor now in the Premier League. It's a massive factor, distribution. Most teams play a passing game. It's not long ball anymore. You need good distribution. You need to play the right passes. Hugo Lloris doesn't do that. I mean, there's other goalkeepers such as David De Gea who don't do that, but Hugo Lloris, his distribution, it's not good enough. It simply isn't good enough. The guy can't play some simple passes through the middle. It affects the way we play, and yesterday he's cost us another game. Right, and as much as he can put in a great performance like he did against United, year after year, these mistakes are creeping into his game more and more. And he's costing us games. And yet again, we're talking about Antonio Conte. Antonio Conte got the game plan spot on yesterday. Hugo Lloris doesn't make two stupid errors. We win that game 1 or 2-0. We got the game plan spot on. We take our chances, as I say. Some buries that when he's 1-on-1 with Pope instead of chipping it and just smashes it in. We probably win that game 2 or 3-0 yesterday. And everyone's talking about how Antonio Conte bounced back. But yet again, Hugo Lloris has cost us the game. And the most frustrating thing is he doesn't take the accountability for it. You make a stupid error for the first goal. An absolutely stupid error, right? Never a foul by Wilson. You just run into him. There's nothing Wilson can do about it. He's going for the ball. You just got to smash it into Rose Edge, Hugo. Instead, wimps out, starts doing some dance with his bloody knees, and we go 1-0 down. But instead of taking accountability and putting his hand up, Hugo Lloris starts complaining to the referee about a foul. Come on, and then the second goal. It's your fault, Hugo. It's a stupid ball out from the back. Simple pass back by Dyer, okay? He had a bad game. He was doing well at this, but we went 1-0 down. Okay, it's a pass back to Hugo Lloris, and for some reason he passes it straight into Bruno Guimaraes, who plays it straight into Almiron, and we're 2-1 down. I mean, not even 2-1 at that point, 2-0 down. And immediately you look at Hugo Lloris, and he's got his hands in the air complaining. Take some accountability, put your hand up, say, that's my fault. He's served us for so many great years, and he's a legendary goalkeeper. There's no doubt about it. But year after year, mistakes are creeping more and more into his game, and he's costed us big games. Another one this season, the North London derby. Heading at half-time, we were the better team in that first half. 1-1 at half-time, better team. Come out in the second half, we've got more confidence, probably going on to win the game. Hugo Lloris makes a stupid error. An absolutely stupid error We go 2-1 down, completely changes the complexion of the game, and basically allows Arsenal to take advantage and win it. It's pathetic. It's more and more mistakes are creeping into his game because distribution is becoming more and more important in the Premier League. And I do think now we need to start looking at a keeper who's, yes, can be a good shot stopper, but also has very, very good distribution. You look at Arsenal, for example, Aaron Ramsdale. He might not be, well, he's nowhere near as good as a shot stopper as Hugo Lloris. But he's rated higher than Hugo Loris because his distribution's very, very good. His passing's very, very good. And it allows Arsenal to play out quickly from the back, to play the right passes. Hugo Loris, time and time, yet again yesterday, and you can see it wasn't even in the plan, told the players to go forward and smashed it sideways. He can't kick a ball directly forward. Smashed it sideways and we lost possession, you know. He was everything wrong with our performance yesterday, Hugo Loris. And it's his fault we're talking about a loss. I'm sure he'll step it up. And I don't want Hugo Lloris to fail. I'm sure he'll step it up in the Lisbon game this Wednesday. Really step up and be a top keeper. And we'll all be raving about him. But then in a few weeks he'll make another mistake. And then he'll have some great games. And then make another mistake. And then some great games. And then another mistake. You need to be consistent. Especially in the Premier League right now. I think we need to start looking at players who do have better distribution when it comes to goalkeeping. Because I'd say distribution in the way you play right now, and especially in Conte's system, probably more important. Conte's system doesn't allow the opposition to have many shots. You know, the last few games that we've had in the Premier League, not the one at Old Trafford, very, very different, but Everton and Newcastle, two very similar games. They wouldn't have, both of those teams would have had 0 opportunities in that game if it wasn't for stupid errors. Stupid errors are giving them opportunities because Conte's system doesn't allow the opposition chances to score. Conte's system, the whole point of it is to build out quickly from the back and counter-attack quickly. Hugo's not quick enough. He either smashes it diagonally long, messes up a pass, or plays it slowly out and slows down play. And for me, we need to start looking at a replacement next year. I know some people might question that. I still think this guy is a top-tier shot stopper. Top-tier shot stopper, and I can't state enough how much I thank him for everything and the service he's done at this club. But things such as distribution and being a sweeper keeper are coming more and more into the game. You watch, for example, another game, even Liverpool against Forest. Iowane's in, right? Alisson comes straight out of his goal as a sweeper keeper, smashes the ball into Rosette. Although they lost that game, it wasn't because of an Alisson mistake. Alisson was their best player on the pitch. Smashes it into Rosette. Hugo Lloris comes out yesterday, very similar situation. Sort of knees it, pussies out, cost us a goal. He cost us both our goals yesterday, both. And it's so frustrating. It's so frustrating to see. But look, there's not much we can do about it now. I mean, the game's over and done with. We can't go back in time, step back in time, as Uncle Albert would say. We can't do that. You know, it's another loss and it's frustrating. And look, yes, it's 2 tough games. Manchester United on form away at Old Trafford, and Newcastle very much on form with the most confidence out of any team in the Premier League at the minute. 2 very tough games. But we shouldn't be taking 0 points from them. We really, really shouldn't. Look, Bournemouth away. Bournemouth are a good team. You know, they've got some really, really good results this season. Some very solid results against good teams. Sat mid-table. No one expected that. Everyone expected them to be completely and utterly bottom of the table where Forest are now. But look, Bournemouth have been very, very good at points this season. Victory after victory after victory. And what's his name? Gary O'Neill. He's doing a great job as manager. So look, that is a tough game. But for me, it's more of a winnable game. I think Lisbon on Wednesday, look, yesterday as well, even Carragher commented on it. I don't like to be one who goes on about injuries and stuff because we should be winning anyway. But missing Højbjerg, Romero, Kulusevski, you're missing arguably 3 of our most crucial players into the way we play. So look, did that affect the result? Definitely. Should we still be losing? Probably not. Probably not with the quality we've got on our pitch. But look, Lisbon on Wednesday, massive game. We win that, we qualify for the next round. Qualify for the next round, really, really restore some confidence back into that team, back into Antonio Conte, back into the players. And if we can win that game, I believe we can really bounce back against Bournemouth and Liverpool and then Leeds and finish on a high note heading into the World Cup. But look, huge game on Wednesday. Knowing Tottenham, I know what we'll do. We'll draw that game or lose it and take it to the last day against Marseille and just make it a more nervy experience than it needs to be, because that's what Tottenham do. But look, if we get the win on Wednesday, that'll be absolutely huge. Absolutely huge. But look forward to that game. Do I look forward to that game? You know, I'll always back Antonio Conte, but it's becoming hard to watch Tottenham at the minute. It really is. You know, even when we win, it's negative, and you find yourself ranting and raving about... You find yourself ranting about the performance a lot of the time. So look, I'm just hoping for a very, very good performance on Wednesday. And look, hopefully a victory. I don't care what happens on Saturday. We need a victory, because now you've got Newcastle who are catching up to us. Chelsea and United who have got a game in hand who are 2 and 3 points behind us. So look, we need to start picking up points. And then Liverpool at home. Still a very, very tough game. It's still Liverpool. They'll still probably get one over us, although they're not on the best of form right now. You know, still got the result against City. But look, we'll see what happens. A few more weeks heading into the World Cup. Look, it feels weird still. It feels weird breaking up for the World Cup. Look, comment your thoughts on this video. Comment your thoughts on your score predictions for the next game against Lisbon and AFC Bournemouth in the Premier League. And comment your thoughts on what I had to say about Hugo Lloris. Do you believe his time is potentially up at Spurs? Or do you stand by that he's one of our best goalkeepers ever and should stay at the club? Thank you for watching this video. Take care of yourselves. All the best. God bless. And as always, come on you Spurs. In Conte, we trust. Remember that. Back this manager. Don't be overreactionary because we lost a couple of games. And don't forget that this manager took us from 9th to 4th. 9th to 4th in half a season. And we're currently sat 3rd and top of our Champions League group. So of course, and I stand by this, in Conte we trust. Conte in all day long. In Conte we trust. Thank you for watching. Take care. All the best. God bless. Have a smashing week. Up the Spurs.